I first started working with wood as a child with my grandparents. My grandfathers took me around to the construction sites and I worked in their basement building hobby crafts out of wood, and I suppose the passion just spawned from there. When I was 16, I got into the carpentry trades. I spent a lot of time on the job site and became a licensed carpenter. Then I spent a few more years on the job site doing different tasks, working with different materials, everything from drywall to tile, and I wanted to focus on wood, and that kind of led to this. My name is Dave Schomburger and I own Otter Creek Woodworks, and I like to do creative things with wood. I grew up in Oxford my entire life, more specifically Tillsonburg. I hold Tillsonburg pretty dear to my heart. It's got a strong sense of community with friends and family in the area. Just being part of something like that. If you travel anywhere in the world, I guarantee you will meet somebody in your travels who's either been to Tillsonburg or knows somebody from Tillsonburg or has heard about Tillsonburg, and I take that with a lot of pride. And I'm always sure to tell people I'm from Tillsonburg. Oxford County is a place to grow, a place to succeed, a place to be creative. It's inspiring to live here because of our natural rural surroundings and all that is offered to us here. It seems like Oxford County is following the trend of supporting local. I think that builds a stronger community. When I buy stuff for my product, whether it's the tags that go on the product, the wood, the beeswax I use to cover the wood, it's all bought locally. And so by my business supporting other local businesses, we're all, in a sense, one hand washing the other. And we're building a stronger community by working together like that. Not just the customer, but business to business. I didn't plan for my business to take off the way it did. Basically, I just made one of my serving boards for my mother as a Mother's Day gift. She showed the right person in the community and the business just exploded from there. It allowed me to quit my full-time job as a carpenter and dive headfirst into woodworking. I've done a lot of things in my short career working for other people. Some things I believed in and some things I didn't. And now I have the chance to do it exactly how I want to do it. I'm fortunate enough that my business is also my passion or my hobby. So when you're doing something that you're passionate about and that you love doing in general, it's hard to stop. My heart and soul is in every single piece I make, and I don't think a lot of businesses can say that, especially big businesses. Being an entrepreneur and self-employed, my daily routine is altered significantly compared to that of a person who works perhaps 9 to 5. I pretty much eat, sleep, and breathe my woodworking. If I'm not in the shop creating, then I'm thinking about what I'm going to create. And that encompasses sometimes I'm thinking about it during supper, while I'm laying in bed trying to sleep. I go to the beat of my own drum. I'm responsible for getting myself out of bed in the morning and for going to work. There's nobody telling me I have to go, or there's nobody relying on me to show up at a certain time. I'm responsible for myself, and that drive makes me want to get up every morning to create. My biggest challenge as an entrepreneur is financial. I try to do everything myself with money that I've earned, and I believe everything pays off with hard work. So as I sell product, I can further invest in the business from buying new tools, marketing, materials. All that comes from money previously made by selling what I make. The other challenge I face is that right now I'm the only employee, so therefore I'm doing everything myself. I'm doing the bookworking, I'm doing the woodworking, I'm doing the marketing, I'm the businessman that goes out and meets people. I'm doing everything that encompasses making my product and running a business, and that at times is a big challenge. To be successful as an entrepreneur, in my opinion, you need to pour your heart and soul into what you're doing. You need to be creative, you have to be a risk taker, and you've got to know the value of a dollar versus the time it takes to make that dollar. And sometimes if you divided out your hourly wage as a self-employed entrepreneur, you probably, and I'm sure, you make less than minimum wage. But if you're willing to take the risk to start something like that, eventually that will come back around and you'll be patted on the back for that. But you have to start in the trenches before you get on top. When you start your own business, you need to take a financial risk. You need to invest in tools, you have to invest in materials, you have to invest in everything that encompasses being a business. Whether that's the computer at your desk, the raw material you're using to make a product, the tools that you're using, and there's always a cost in doing everything. So when you're starting out, you need to be prepared to spend the money and take a risk in starting a business. In my opinion, it's best to say oops 100 times instead of saying I wish I had once. Having a personal relationship with the person you're purchasing something from means everything. If people can make a connection to you, they can likely make a connection to your product. And people want to be able to tell the story about something they've bought. So if you offer something unique, people, if they're giving it as a gift, they want to give it to somebody and then tell the story about how they got it. Sometimes that, in my case, it means a drive into the country to purchase a handmade product out of a barn, which is where my wood shop is located. And you can't find that in the city. Only here in rural Oxford, something like that is offered, and I'm proud to offer a service like that and be part of people's stories. When you're passionate about something, you need to continually challenge yourself to step outside of your comfort zone and just try new things. Passion dies when you fall into a routine. Great things happen when you take risks and explore new ideas. When it doesn't feel like work, it's hard to stop working. My name is Dave Schonberger. I own Otter Creek Woodworks, and I am Oxford proud.